Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Hades, where today I think we're going to do another spear run. I was looking at which weapons we've used on one heat, and the spear and the bow are the only two that we still have all of the bounties available with, and since we've already won one with the bow, I thought it might be worth giving the Achilles aspect another try here, and just making sure not to pick up the thing that makes your spear throw bounce, because I think that really was very detrimental last time. So, I have refigured our mirror just a little bit. We actually have more than 2500 darkness now. So the limit from the heat generator that we've chosen is actually starting to come into play. I had to drop a point of deep pockets in order to pick up the next point of God's Pride, and you can see some things are not entirely maxed out. It might be a good idea for future runs to use a different thing to give us heat. And we'll probably do the bow next time, and the bow seems pretty powerful in general. So maybe we'll experiment with interesting heat penalties. And I think we're going to start the run with the coin purse. It just seems like a great way to start stuff. I'm very curious once it's upgraded how much the thing is going to go up to. We still have 2 empty slots here that we don't know what they do, and then if we find ambrosia, we definitely want to try to give ambrosia to Zeus, so that we can take Zeus boons on purpose. But for right now, let's just get in here. We basically understand how this weapon works. It's just a matter of doing a good job with it, which, you know, I do not always do. Okay, do not pick the bouncy thing.
Weapon's hidden talents.
Special deals, bonus damage, and ooh, plus 50% critical chance on recovery. I'm assuming that means the actual when it's coming back to me gets plus 50% critical chance, which means that we won't really benefit from that all that much because we're going to want to be rushing toward it. I'm thinking maybe quick spin. I never use the spin attack with this thing, but maybe we should be. Let's take this.
There, that's it.
Okay. Let's take this and attempt to actually make use of the spin. Actually, you know what would be really good? What would be probably a really good idea is to do the throw and dash in. Or, sorry. Throw, then
Disappear.
Okay, so there's no way for me to, even if I start holding the attack button prior to dashing, there's no way to execute the spin without doing at least one attack beforehand.
Come on, then.
Ah, you coward. Hold on, let me see if we can do this. Oh no, it looks like I did. I may have done it there. I may have gotten it to charge without having to do an attack. Let me see if I can reproduce that. No, okay, it does in fact require me to strike it one, or to do one attack just to start the animation, because you do it by holding in the mouse button. We might be able to get used to, hold on, if you just charge it up and then dash, you execute it while dashing forward the same way Hades does. And actually, Theseus does that as well. I'm wondering... Okay, yeah, so we can kind of combo those moves together. I might be able to get the hang of this.
Hey, you're not alone. You're not alone down there, okay? Here, let me show you.
Okay, I didn't say that I felt alone. Artemis's aid is an okay call. I do like Hunter Dash quite a bit, especially with the spear. This is going to affect our spin. If I decide that if we're trying to do a spin build, maybe it's a good idea to take Deadly Strike. Chance to deal critical damage is a pretty big deal. It does buff our cast as well. All right, well, we'll keep an eye out. We'll keep an eye out for good casts. Ow, what a... I stepped on the trap and then panicked. I did not panic fast enough to, like, not get hit by the trap. But I did panic fast enough to dash off of it onto the other trap to take damage from that one as well.
On my authority.
It's really just, like, almost cartoonishly the worst possible version of that. And then I was so freaked out about having done it, I stepped on a trap up here. Okay, I am definitely cool skipping a key for this. Show me something really compelling.
It's yours to shape as you see fit, regardless of the fate's design. Together we may twist that pathway, if you would like.
I would love that, actually. Okay, so do we want to do the money thing again? I think it worked out pretty well last time. Or do we want 59 bonus health? That's a lot of extra health. And it's not actually even that difficult of a condition. Neither is caustic affluence. I'm pretty torn here. I think I'm gonna take Roiling Soul. It's a lot of health.
Go forth then, son of Hades.
But I don't know, the money thing might have been the right way to go. Like again, getting a buff to the amount of money you receive so early in the run. Wait, that's not how you do it. You know, press all the buttons in the correct order here.
Worthless.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage, man. Just gotta remember to do it. And it's not always gonna be a thing I can pull off because I do not have the... don't always have the wherewithal to combo the attacks together, but I'm gonna try to work this into my muscle memory here. Also, there's a lot of value in just following the spear in and then doing a dash attack, which is also very powerful. That would have been a really good time for the spin, actually, because it might have killed both of them.
Darkness.
Alright, yeah, Trove Tracker for sure. I don't think we need the Life Essence right now. Is that it? Is that my only option? Yeah, looks like it. Alright, well... oh, interesting. Hold on a second. I think I can use a, yeah, I can use a dash attack as the attack that allows me to start charging up the spin. That's a way better way to do that. Oh, God. That Chaos Boon didn't say that all of the extra enemies would have armor, did it? I think this is just bad luck. Man, I hate to feel like I'm not showing off the breadth of the content. I hate to feel like I'm just like doing the same thing over and over again. But man, Artemis sure does have some good buffs, doesn't she? It's really hard not to take the crit. Alright, well we're certainly doing this, and then there's a shop coming up. Yeah, we will definitely shop over buying a heart at this point.
Oh, God.
Don't make me laugh.
Managed to dash all the way through that big piece of stone there without actually realizing that I was dashing at all. Apparently, all of a sudden I was just on the other side of it.
Who is going to clean all this up?
I'll take it.
Well, not great. Took a lot more damage there than I was hoping to, and also didn't actually manage to get to 300 money. Hopefully there's a bit of cash in here.
Better stock up.
Oh, never mind. Turns out it doesn't matter. In fact, this is a terrible shop.
Don't spend it all in one place, mate. 5-second rule. That was 5 seconds, right?
Well, it never touched the floor, so I think we can just skip that, probably. Alright. Ares. Ares could be useful.
You and me.
Press the wrong button. Had to remember the, which one pulls the spear back and which one sends me flying to the spear. The problem is that with the way I ordinarily I would just press the attack button to pull the spear back to me, but that's not the one that gives you the Raging Rush. I guess there's no benefit to doing the spin instead of just the second dash attack when we're only talking about one enemy, huh? I thought there were only supposed to be 62% additional foes. Apparently we're rounding up. And if you're thinking, wow, I'm not sure, man, I'm a little worried about how much damage you're taking here in the really early part of the game. Believe me, I hear you. Let's all assume that it's not an omen. You know, it's nerves, it's me shaking off the rust. I haven't played the game in like 24 entire hours, so...
So Artemis, my lonely half-sister, got you first. She merely helps you hunt, whilst I shall help you kill. Observe.
I think you could have put a little bit more emphasis on kill there. Call turns you into an impervious blade rift. Well, I do need to call. Also, I don't think we've gotten to play with that one yet. Really? Just darkness again, man? Alright, well, we got our bonus health now. Again, press the wrong button there. This feels very unnatural for me to press the throw spear button when I am not holding a spear. In my brain, I'm like, well, obviously that's not the thing. You don't even have that spear. It's alright, I'll get it. Probably. Eventually. Maybe. Probably. No, maybe. Let's be honest. This is a maybe. I don't think a visit to Achilles is all that useful here. Let's go get this. Ooh, wait. Let's shop first. We're definitely taking a Trove Tracker. We're definitely taking Yarn. Am I really going to take an Eye of Lamia in the first area? I mean, it's pretty cheap. No, I'm going to save this money because I am a better player than that. We're going to get through without needing that.
Here again.
There you go. See, and there's a fountain. This would have been a terrible waste. Darkness or gems? Well, we definitely need darkness more than we need gems. There isn't another door over here by chance. Nope. Okay. It's fine. We just gotta, like, recalibrate the brain a little bit. Think of that button as the button that makes me hurl things into the distance. Sometimes those things are a spear, sometimes they're my entire body. Man, how many of these things spawned while I wasn't paying attention? It's a combo that does pretty good damage. It's not quite, certainly not quite on the level that we were seeing during the last run. It is nice to have a weapon you can just, like, hold enemies in place with infinitely. Yeah, there's no reason not to do this, right?
Sure, why not?
I guess except that we could have saved the key for another one of these later on, perhaps. Ah. Managed to dash further into the attack. Yeah, you definitely are not actually invincible during your dash. I guess I had always just assumed that you were.
Well, that's better.
The value of the dash is that it gets you out of the way, but it looks like we don't have iframes because I got hit while I was definitely mid-dash there. Alright, do we want to take the money so that we can go super, super hard on the next shop? Like, a pomegranate right now doesn't feel great. We only have a couple of boons, and none of them really upgrade all that well. Yeah, let's go this way. Not ordinarily the choice I would make, but I feel like the other option here is pretty bad. That's the wrong button. I did not, in fact, do the spear thing at all there. Please, no.
I'll run you through.
Alright, enough of this. Enough of this magic laser crystal nonsense.
Vast riches.
Okay, I do feel pretty vastly rich, I'm gonna be honest with you. Is there by any chance a gold thing in here so I don't have to go to the shop with 1 coin less than a multiple of 100? Nope. Alright, well, let's just hope that we don't need exactly 400 coins to buy everything out.
Greetings, Charon.
Ah, 350. Alright, easy enough. And boss fight is next. Does it matter who we take first here? I don't think so.
Cheers, mate.
The epic version of quick recovery. Oh, or just 25% less damage forever. That seems actually really great. Yeah, we can't not take that.
She's offering an exchange.
I don't think we want to do this. None of these are very good. I mean, I guess, like, the phone near it is marked thing is fine. Yeah, it's disappointing, though. And clean kill is basically nothing. Alright, we may as well. Just go into the fight at full health, just in case, for some reason, I should play really poorly.
You'll get past me over my dead body.
That is usually how it works. I did it again, pressing the wrong button. Boy, I don't feel like I was actually in front of her. She tricked me there. Did you see that? She like hesitated in the 3-point stance and then turned around as decided she was going to dash the other direction. Has she always done that? Where she redirects the dash sometimes? I feel like this is the first time I'm noticing it. Although it could explain why I take so much damage during this fight sometimes. What do you think? Are we going to get to Greater Call here? Probably not. Thank you, Dodge. I guess in a case like that where I have plenty of time to just run up to her, I really should do the spin wind up. Because if we're receiving a percentage damage bonus, we do want to be doing the attack that has the larger flat damage value, right? So do this. Ah, it's annoying. It's a really annoying time for her to be doing that. Yeah, it sure does not look like we're going to get Greater Call. Let's just use our... Okay, that's a fair amount of damage. It's not what I wanted to do. That time I actually did want to just pull the spear back, because it obliterates projectiles while going forward and while going backward, and my brain is so... I don't know why it doesn't... Why I can't get it through my head that it works the way it works, or... I also don't actually have any idea why I'm so convinced that it works the opposite way. It's just one of those things, I guess, right? Like, your brain decides things ought to be a certain way. It's like inverted flight controls. Nobody decided that they should feel like the controls should be inverted or should not be. But everybody has the way that they like it. And there's not a lot you can do about it once you get there. Man, I'm having a really hard time getting the spin to come out. I don't know, I feel like I'm holding down the mouse, but I feel like I'm charging. I feel like I'm doing the right thing, and it doesn't work. But the situation is just hectic enough that I don't feel like I can diagnose what went wrong. And I'm trying to pay attention to too many things, and there we go. That's what I've been trying to do right there. I'm wondering if it's like starting to hold the mouse button too early prevents the charge from happening, or... 'Cause it really feels like I'm doing the right thing with my hands. I don't know, we'll work it out over the course of the run, hopefully. Or we won't, and I'll just, you know, do a terrible job over and over again until I die.
Trigger failed again.
Yeah, you know, she's having a rough couple of weeks. Maybe just go easy on her. I feel I feel bad, because I'm the reason she's having a rough couple of weeks. Yeah, we could definitely do a trove tracker up ahead. Alright, 4 more encounters with this. I almost want to just carry this through Asphodel. Maybe we should. Just to rank it up and see what the rank up values are. The other thing we would do is like take one of these and start ranking that up instead, and that's fine. That would be okay. I'm trying to think, is there a good... What would we want to do? I guess if we take Blood-Filled Vial, we could get one of those, like, your Blade Fury effects are larger buffs. That would be pretty cool to have, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna drop this. Let's try to force an Ares buff here, because this isn't too far away from hitting max rank.
Going up. Clear.
It would be pretty cool to have a nice high chance of getting an Ares buff, because the difference between the low and high rarities is so significant on like the Doom effects.
You want to die again?
Well, it seems obvious that they do, Zagreus. And stupid waves too wide to dash across. You could dash through them if you were really not interested in getting hit. But then it might be marginally more difficult to stab somebody. Yeah, I really, really, really do not care for these wave guys. That marked effect does last for quite a long time. Okay, well, we don't have enough for that trove. Is that what we got out of purchasing the trove thing? One that has to be opened with keys? Because that is crummy. I guess maybe I should be more wary of using those when we don't have keys. No, we don't want any of this stuff. Yep, it sure did spend the trove thing. Well...
Which path?
I guess I'd rather have the money. I don't have a lot of respect for Hermes' boons, as I think you can probably tell. The raw dodge chance boon is very good. You can't really argue with that.
Pest.
Also, I think the waves hit you a little bit before, like the hitbox for the waves is a little bit further forward than their graphic, maybe. So it feels like I'm trying to time my dodges appropriately, and I'm just getting hit before I even press the button. Man, I hate this combination of enemies. Please die quickly.
Ares.
You know what? Here's what I think of this. That Ares call is pretty cool. It's a really good way of evading damage. Okay, well, we can't not take the combined Artemis Ares room. As much as I would love to go to the shop with all this money. This is phenomenal. So let's pick up the Ares buff first, since we have the thing that increases, or at least potentially increases their rarity. Maybe get a good thing out of it.
The gods want me to pick a favorite.
Something that will help us clear the room without getting shot 100 times.
In the name of Hades.
Well, Special Inflicts Doom is not terrible. Blade Rift effects last longer and pull foes in. I'm assuming that this Rift duration bonus won't actually apply to the call, but maybe it will. If it does, it's very significant. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to tell the difference, right? 0.3 seconds is not large enough that I'll be able to go, oh no, it's definitely not doing it. So maybe we do just want to take Curse of Pain? I'm going to take Curse of Pain.
The will to fight.
Why would you side with... why do I even bother with some half-god?
I do feel bad for her, because it sure does seem like she's crushing real hard, doesn't it? But she's trying to be, like, cool and remarkably not creepy about it. It's not really how the gods usually get down. But you know what we need to test, though? Maybe not right now. Maybe this is not the best time for it, but, here, let's get on the other side of one of these guys. What I want to test is whether the rush also applies Doom. Can't seem to actually hit them with it, though. I do love Doom. Okay, can we please be done? No? Alright, definitely best to get rid of the caster very quickly. Okay. Please let this be the last guy. Okay.
Oh, you're still there, I see. Well then, all right. Let's call it even for the moment and get on with this.
She's really not a people person, that's all. Hunter Dash versus pressure points. I mean, even like the bad rarity of pressure points is still very, very good. Not that Hunter Dash isn't good. Then we have the opportunity to get another Great Big Ares boon. I mean, we gotta, right? What am I... That was 100% me, by the way. That was not like... I would love to blame my keyboard. But I just fucking walked into the lava.
This isn't good.
Actually, this will be a really good opportunity to test. Yeah, it looks like the charge part does apply Doom. Yes, it does. Awesome. Really, really good to have confirmation on that. Oh god. It didn't actually go through her. It's not exactly the way I wanted that to go down. He faked me out again. Ah! I was trying to throw it and dash before her projectiles hit me. It's not something you can do quite that fast, unfortunately. I feel like I always take a ton of damage on this not very difficult fight. Okay.
Lord Ares.
Ooh. Just deal 10% more damage all the time. That's definitely interesting. Your Doom effects deal more damage after 0.5 seconds. So is this... I mean, we're going to take it. But it's not clear to me whether it means that there's a second pulse that does 70% of the normal damage, or if the Doom just takes longer to go off, but does more damage in a single hit.
This means war.
Either way, it's pretty good. Alright, opportunity to get some more ambrosia. I'm not exactly, like, over the moon about it, not the way I used to be, because we're pretty close to filling out our collection here. But it's still good. And the marked thing is going to go off a lot because we have the crit chance on the nice high crit chance on our basic attack, which is the thing we're doing by a large margin the most frequently.
Weak.
Yeah, it definitely appears like it's just a single charge of Doom. Doom takes longer to happen, but hits way harder. That suits me just fine. It would probably be an issue if we were running one of those setups where we're trying to apply lots of charges of Doom very quickly, like what we were trying to do with the Zeus shield. But I think the way our build is set up now, we're not multi-dooming people all that much. Okay, Artemis versus Centaur Heart. Is that it? Is indeed. It's interesting. I think Artemis's buffs are maybe my favorite, but a centaur heart is a centaur heart. And we don't yet have 500 health, which is apparently what I'm going to need to be able to be able to consistently beat the game. Yeah, I'm going to take the heart. I don't feel great about it, but I think this is the right thing to do.
Ready for me?
I definitely need to be doing the spin more. Oh god. Okay. Well, I think I executed the whole combo there, even though I did almost get blown up doing it. Yeah, geez, look at how much damage that is. It's gonna be tough to, like, do it consistently during boss fights and stuff, though. Does it feel like we're just getting way more enemies per normal room than usual? So what I like about doing that is that you guys can't respond, so I can just imagine that you would have responded in the affirmative and that I'm definitely totally right. Ah, God. Wow, a 357. Not bad. You know what? Screw this noise. Here's what I think of you.
No problem.
Let's just do our very best. Did I just hear? What was that noise? It sounded like the Chaos Gate sound. Is there a Chaos Gate in this room? Oh, we should probably buy this.
I'll take this.
And also, honestly, this. I don't see it. I really thought I heard a Chaos Gate. Oh, there is. There totally is. Well, thank God there's a noise. There's no way I would have noticed that just looking around the room.
Master Chaos, I've returned. In the name of Hades.
Another 53 health. Ooh. A great big attack boost sounds fantastic, but I'm actually really worried about the amount of damage that I will take moving 40% slower for 3 rooms. I think I learned a little bit. With our attack dealing bonus damage, though, with our attack having crit chance, I mean, it really does feel like increasing the base damage is a smart play. If we end up having to fight the Hydra like this, because we're pretty far into the thing, that would be pretty bad, I think. And Caustic Soul is still extremely good while also having a penalty that is basically nothing. I think that was the right move. Maybe I would have gotten better value out of the damage. Alright, well, it just put me into the shop, which is a shame, because I do not have the ability to benefit from being in the shop very much. I mean, this is an okay buy. Oh, hey, money. Okay, yeah, so we would have had to fight the Hydra with the movement speed penalty. I don't think that's a good idea.
Remember me?
Aw, coward. The bosses in this game always becoming invincible. Who do they think they are? Why did I do that? Why not just pull the spear back to you? You can see that it is in lava. Oh, that's a shame. I do wish that the spear, like, went a little bit further, or... Oh, I picked it up. Shoot, I moved over there, and my plan was to dash back to it by pressing Q, but I apparently had run through it. Maybe we just, like, do this the easy way? There we go. Mostly just standing still and mashing attack. That has more range than I was expecting. Yeah, Zagreus, I know, don't judge me. will say, it does... The Doom's clearly doing more damage, but it doesn't feel like it's 70% more damage. Maybe these enemies have some level of damage reduction. But if it was 70% more damage, it would be over 100, right? And it doesn't... Jesus, man. I hate the fact that the Hydra heads are like slightly off the ground, which combined with the 3/4 perspective makes it impossible to tell where they actually are. Okay. Enough. I'm just gonna... Yeah, like right there. See, he didn't move in a way that was obvious, but the Blade Rift was hitting him, and then it wasn't hitting him. Because he moved sideways slightly, but also went upward at the same time. So his actual position on the screen didn't change. We were just supposed to have noticed the difference in his neck angle, I guess. Sometimes dashing into lava does do damage to you instantly. I'm not really sure how to know when it's going to be... Boy. You cannot dash out of that. They track you down. Well, it does seem like maybe we're on track to lose a life here. This is not so bad since we bought one this world too, but obviously I prefer not to. Alright, phase change. Maybe I should just be really aggressive with my cast, or with my call if there's a red head. Ah, screw that guy. He came out of the lava attacking. Okay, no redhead. That's good. And honestly, the yellowheads are just, like, pretty ignorable. Kind of a lot of green heads, though, with the ads. We're getting pretty close to Greater Call territory, and when we do our Greater Call, it's going to clear things out really, really thoroughly. I'm trying really hard to use the spin, but it just, like, it won't charge. I'm probably the problem is I'm not, like, standing still for long enough. Stop moving around, you coward. It doesn't seem like it takes very long to charge, and I mean, of course, we did go out of our way to get a thing that makes it charge faster. So you would expect it not to take a long time, but I don't know, I just can't... When other stuff is happening, I can't seem to get it to go off consistently. Ah! Spear went very far in that direction. Further than I was expecting. Okay. There's no reason we can't get out of this without losing a life. I think we got pretty lucky though with our selection of available heads during that last multi-head phase. There were an awful lot of bombs flying around, which I was not a huge fan of. But aside from that, very lucky. And I will say, this thing feels way better when you don't have the bouncy spear.
Seems that way.
Okay, so we got that. What do we want now? I mean, we could work on like leveling up our feather duster, or we should probably take a boon. I guess we could continue with the thing we're doing and just take the Artemis boon and keep trying to run Artemis and Ares. If they have a duo boon, it would be cool to see it. I don't know if all of the pairs of gods do, though. And you would feel like if they did, we might have seen it by now. I don't know. I feel like we mostly see them in the back half of the run, right? Let's take the arrowhead. Let's find out. Yes, I will definitely do that. Alright, well... 4 lives left as we go up into Elysium. With reasonable damage, although a gimmick that I'm having a really hard time taking full advantage of. Could be a winner. Still feels like it could be a winner. We're definitely taking keys over gemstones. Oh, wait, I don't want to do this. Yes, thank you, Zagreus. I see them. Right, that thing is still happening. I forgot.
You're mine.
I just don't really want to get close to him on account of, you know, everything about them. I guess the spear has such a long attack range. Ah. Tried to trick them into committing to their explosive dash and then queuing out of there, but it doesn't really work that way. Stop doing that, you jackass. It's not even strategy, you're just really fast. Really fast by itself is not a strategy. Of course it's more of these. Okay. Are these the least fun enemies in the game? And they're certainly not, like, dangerous. We probably don't take very much damage from them over the course of an average run. But they might be the least fun to fight of all the enemies. Stop moving around. I don't much care for fighting the big chariots either, for the reasons I was, because of the thing I was saying during yesterday's run, where they're just, like...
What's for sale?
Sometimes they deal damage to you in a way you couldn't have prevented if you're a melee character, which feels really bad. Oh boy, am I into troves in Area 3? Yeah, alright, let's do it.
Why you?
Having no money at all feels like a bad idea. Okay, so I think I identified there something that I'm doing that's making it harder for me to get the spins.
There.
I'm starting to charge the spin and then dashing, which breaks the charge.
Good enough.
But I'm still holding down the mouse button, so it feels to me like I've been holding down the mouse button long enough, but you have to dash either before or after the charge, not during. This really sucks. Why is this my choice of room rewards? Ugh. Someday we'll get that boon. Ow. Yeah, I see it. I'm just gonna kill this one. Alright, that guy can't hit me from over there, right? He shouldn't be able to. This is the last room with the bombs, right? God, I hope so. There's enough to keep my eyes around here. Really? There have to be more enemies. Of course, we haven't had to fight butterflies yet. We are definitely using our call aggressively against the butterfly orb. I just have to get to the point where that's the most sensible thing to do. I guess it doesn't really hurt me to just go over there and focus on him because I'm invincible while doing it. Oh, he got he got trapped to death. Never mind, everything's fine. In that case, you get to be called. That doesn't do as much damage as I would like.
What do we have
Okay.
here?
Finally. Well, we have a fair amount of health. I think I heard the Chaos Gate sound again. Oh, you know, it probably was just the sound of the penalty transforming into the buff. Yeah, okay. Oh, hammer versus pomegranate is hammer, no question. I really don't, honestly, just don't care for the pomegranates. Ah! Thank God that I had some dashes charged up there. And it's weird, like, sometimes you charge them into something and they get right up to it and then they just turn 90 degrees. But sometimes you charge them into something and they hit it and they blow up. So I think they're supposed to be training you for the mechanic of charging the Minotaur into pillars and stuff, but their charge doesn't seem to work very consistently.
Let's go, Varatha.
No bouncy special. Bouncy special's terrible. Spin is even better. You will use your damn spin. And then we buy yarn again, and then also the life, I think. Okay. We brought a thing for this boon. Let's go get it. Oh, hey, buddy.
Let us clash here again before you face the champion. We never will allow you through without a fight.
I was really hoping it was just going to be the butterfly room.
You're nothing like Theseus. Why go along with everything he says and does? You're your own man. And Bull.
King Theseus slew me in life and saved me in death. I was cast into Erebus, a monster. He found me when he died, and used his influence to bring me here with him.
That's nice of him and all, but sounds like you're even to me, seeing as he killed you in the first place.
No, we're not. And I will fight for him and alongside him for eternity, as recompense for helping me to understand exactly who I am.
Getting some strong Kazaganthi vibes here. Alright, let's do it. In theory, we should be pretty good at fighting this guy at this point. Ah, that didn't actually make contact. Ow, hey, stop. Stop it, that's not nice. What's wrong with you? Wow, that is a huge area. And I realized that he was marked just as the mark was wearing off, apparently. Ah, bad place to be. That was nice of him. Wow, that side swipe hits a lot behind him. Yeah, Jesus. Hits a lot behind him. Listen, English is a tough language at the best of times. And when I'm fighting a Minotaur is not the best of times. There we go, that's what I wanted. Throw the thing, get the charge, do the spin. Did I just hit him for 900 damage with that spin? Yeah, the non-critical dealt 300. It totally... With a crit and a backstab, it totally could have been 900 damage. Right, we're about to have a real good call. Hit the thing. No, stop turning so well. What is wrong with you? Yeah, see, like that, he was making some really, really sharp turns there. And I don't know how to tell when he's going to actually hit a thing, or when he's just going to turn perfectly. Just trying to get rid of them right before the thing ended. You know what would have been a really good idea there? Spin. Ow. That feels a little bit like poor sportsmanship.
The champion of Elysium awaits. Until such time.
He saw me charge up the whole spin, and then he became impervious as I released it before it actually dealt any damage. And I think that's because he had taken enough damage for the fight to end. But it still felt shitty.
In the name of Hades.
Okay. Cast seeks foes with a 10% chance to deal critical damage. I am currently not using cast at all. So the real question is this better than Hunter Dash, which is very, very high value at Epic? Yes, it probably is. Because I'm trying not to dash attack as much as spin attack. I don't know. I think that was right.
More flame wheels.
Oh, Jesus. What the hell, they're in every direction. Okay, well, we're just gonna run for a long, long time. Until there are no enemies left. Ow. Oh, he just spontaneously detonated. A lot of traps in this room. And unfortunately, the enemies are remarkably good at not getting killed by them. Wait, did that? It must have been he must have taken damage from a trap after I turned him into an eye. I was gonna say, it looked like the cast not only went straight through the shield, but also killed his eye form afterward. What is this? Darkness. I don't think I'm spending a key on darkness. It's hard to imagine I would want to sell a boon at this point. But I guess let's look.
Any boons worth giving up?
No, definitely not. Shop may have food in it, although if it does have food in it, I won't get to buy anything else. I mean, I could get food and a centaur heart, which would be awesome. A Hermes boon is just not very good right now, and I really, really could use some health, because I don't know how many encounters we are away from the Theseus fight, but it can't be that many. Okay, food and pomegranate, that's not great, but I'll take it.
I can use this.
25% bonus to the call damage, or... I think we fire this off enough that this probably makes sense.
5-second rule. That was 5
And
seconds,
then
right?
I definitely am not paying money for 10 darkness. I sort of don't want to do a difficult chamber. This is going to be the butterfly room, right? Maybe the butterfly room's not so bad for us, though. This is not the butterfly room. Ah, big chariot. I hate big chariot. As much as I hate big chariot, like, big chariot at least is a difficult enemy, whereas the small explodey chariots feel really arbitrary. Ow, Ares, you can give me a little bit of warning when the thing's gonna end, baby.
Nice try.
Oh, this really sucks. Oh, this really sucks. Please stop spawning explosive chariots.
Now for the juicy center.
Zagreus, can you please not talk about things being juicy right now? It's very distracting. Okay, Jesus.
What do we have here?
I don't know that I've ever taken more damage than that in a normal room. Holy shit. Please give me food. Okay, this'll do. I'm not taking a trove tracker. Are you kidding me? I do feel like we're getting really stiffed on room rewards, like to a degree that is definitely affecting the quality of the run. I'm not doing a trove trial, no way. Right, if we did that trove trial, then I would have more money right now, which could get me some yarn. The Lamia thing, that could give us healing immediately. Alright. I'm gonna do it. This is maybe really dumb. But we might get some healing immediately. Did reactivate all the traps in the room? Okay, of course it's non-stop chariots. Get him, traps. Come on, just die, damn it. Okay, hey, food. Ooh.
There we are.
Alright. Well, that turned out alright, even though it was enemies that I absolutely hate. we got pretty lucky there. And that wasn't even a whole encounter, so it didn't take anything off of my eye. We have 2 yarns now because it's been so long since we've seen a boon. Please, for the love of Christ, just give me real room rewards.
Flame wheels.
There should probably be a limit to the number of darkness / gemstone reward pairs you are offered. I don't want to get close enough to the spear things for them to stab me. But I do want to get close enough to convince them to stab the chariots. Don't really know how to do that. Also, I sure wish that killing these things was charging my call meter at all, because I would love to be able to call here. Alright, well, we got some food drops at least. Stay back! Back, demon! Are you kidding me? I hate this room. How was this the easy room? The other choice had a skull over it. Like, what could be worse than this? I'm trying really hard to knock that statue down. There we go. Ah, that was a really bad place to stop dashing.
What now?
Okay, now I feel like I'm actually playing the damn game again. I do think we've got an answer to our question, though. Explosive Chariot is the least fun enemy, by a significant margin. Alright, a shop would I only have 88 gold, which is not totally ideal. Maybe I should have taken the Trove Tracker to try to force the Trove spawn, since I had the Eye of Lamia. Because this is probably going to be shop into boss fight, right? Yeah.
No urns permitted
Well,
in
we're
this
not going
chamber.
to get anywhere near the 125 gold that we need for that heart, so I guess we're just doing this and running. Still, nice to go into the boss fight with nearly full health. But, like, did we get any boons on this floor at all?
These two.
I have recovered, as you can plainly see, monster, as has Asterius. And this time, we are filled with renewed vigor to
So we're locked in an endless cycle of violence, basically. I guess that's one way for you to pass the time here in this stodgy place.
You take that back about Elysium. Or better, I shall make you eat those careless, inappropriate remarks. Come, Asterius, to war!
Oh hey, Asterius started down a bunch of health. I don't think I realized that happens if you fight him earlier in the floor. Ah, that's not a good place to be. Well, at least I recognized in time, right? Oh boy, that was... I heard that whiz past my ear. I thought I could get the throw and the chase off in time to dodge his tackle there. He doesn't often just let you sit there and stab him over and over again. Also, going impervious when I'm charging up my spin is poor sportsmanship, I told you. I consider it to be cheating. And since I'm your enemy, obviously my opinion on what is cheating is the important one. Stop turning so well. There we go. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Okay. I managed to dodge the heart attack to dodge, and then I got hit by the stupid shockwaves, which are extremely easy to see. I feel really good about that. Managed to use the Raging Rush there to dodge the spear throw behind the tower, or behind the pillar, rather. Come on. Zagreus, move. Move like you don't want to die. I had to wait for him to come near it. I was trying to get him doomed with the rush, but apparently that didn't make contact. Well, we're gonna lose a life here, I'm pretty sure, but it's not a huge deal. Like we can definitely beat Styx with 3 charges of death denied. I'm gonna have to play well, which is not necessarily a thing we can rely on me doing. Okay. Here's what you get. No, hey, what are you doing? You're not allowed to just walk away from me. I didn't plan for that. Well, that was a bad place to throw that. I do feel like he's getting to block our spin sometimes when it is actually behind him. That was my bad. I should not have even gone for it there because I knew he was going to turn around. Why did I throw my spear at him while he was throwing his spear? I knew that that was not going to work. Ow, ow, Poseidon. Hey, come on, we're friends. Oh dear.
No, you don't.
Yeah, there it is. Now our goal is to figure out a way to get out of this without losing another one. Ow, shit. Well, at least, the Poseidon thing only does 10 damage. It's not, like, so bad if we get hit by it. So with the dash spin, it seems like he blocks the spin as though it emits from the place where you started the dash, not from the place where you finished it. I'm just gonna do this. I tried to use my my throw to dash through his throw. That was maybe not the smartest idea I've ever had. Oh god. Oh. I really thought I was going to lose a second life there.
That'll do. It's beautiful.
Think of how cool that would have been, though, if I had managed to dash, like, get his spear thrown at me and then do my Raging Rush through it and hit him in the back while he's recovering it.
Looking forward to it.
Would it have been worth the risk? No, absolutely not. It was an extremely dumb thing to do, but it would have looked so cool. Definitely buying this. Definitely not buying a Trove Tracker.
Can wash away my boons.
None of these are bad enough to be worth losing.
Keepsakes.
And then it's probably just the spiked collar, right? Like, I know this is a boring choice, but Especially with us having as many lives left as we do.
To the surface.
That's a lot of extra health.
Cheers.
We could do this. This is totally doable from here. And if I'm smart about our moves and I'm actually executing the buffed up super spin, it's a huge, huge amount of damage. Alright, what do we have available? Hammer. Okay, there's some cool stuff. We have 52 money right now. And we still have two charges of the yarn. So I think I'm going to go for the Centaur Heart first. And then maybe Artemis? Maybe the money. I don't know. Try to arc my cast around the thing here. Okay, now we're just going to spam left click because it keeps him from poisoning me. I think I'm a little too afraid of the poison. You know, it makes a whole big screen effect happen. It's very worrying. Would have been a real good time for a crit. Okay, maybe every room in this branch is just going to be one armored satyr. I think I could probably handle that. Okay, making sure we're not missing anything. I am doing my best to be vigilant. Oh, it is actually going to be only one armored satyr in every single room.
Need a cure.
Ow.
Good.
I am taking some umbrage at the fact that I got hit by that at all. This has been a very, very strange one of these so far. I could probably speed this up a little bit, but I'm so nervous that if I do anything other than just stab him, I'm going to screw it up and get poisoned again. Alright, this could be the last room. Nope. I'm definitely dashing way too much here. Way more than I need to be. Okay, there we go. Alright, what have we here? 71 health. It's definitely worth spending 21 money to get some health back. Oh, what the hell? It's a different kind of satyr. It's a different kind of satyr who has almost no wind-up on his attack.
Okay.
I did the thing again where I dash while I'm in the middle of charging the spin. Yes, you can't avoid his spit by dashing because he fires so much of it over such a long period of time that he just tracks you. Come on, Zagreus, drink. Man, I was mashing E on that fountain for a very long time. It felt like there. I think we took a huge amount of damage there for basically no reason. You're joking. Are there actually going to be more enemies? Okay, no, it's just that there's a little dude somewhere.
That's better.
Okay, well that sucked a lot. Like a lot. Oh, wait. Okay, fairly confident we got it all now. I think our weapon is powerful, but I do feel underpowered. I feel like we just have way less stuff than we usually have at this point. Alright, let's go for this.
Not yet.
I would really love another eye, actually. Although I guess if I'm going to buy some food from a well, probably just like the straight health thing would also be very good. Ugh, got hit while I was in my dash. Very annoying. Take that. I'm frustrated by your tactics, so now be frustrated by mine. Alright, let's just take a moment here. I was having a lot of trouble there getting my spin to charge up, and I think I was doing the same thing. Like, starting to commit to the charge, then panicking and dashing. Okay, room over. Yes, it is a very, very sad and weak strategy, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, like, try to do a good job? Play the game in a way that's interesting or exciting for the audience? It's absurd. It's an absurd notion. Ah. Okay. Maybe we've seen enough satyrs for this run. What do you think? Apparently the game does not think that that is the case. It would just be so cool to get a nice big critical spin attack. Alright, you can just stay there and shake at me. That's fine. The spear is almost a ranged weapon. I mean, look at this. Yeah, well, if there was any doubt left about the dash not actually giving you iframes, I think it's been well quashed here. Because I'm getting hit during my dash all the time, because I'm dashing directly toward or away from projectiles. Enough? Oh, come on. Has to be. Because how could there possibly be more satyrs in the universe? I remembered about my call. We're just gonna spend all of this right now. Okay. Jesus, this, I feel like this version, this particular instance of Styx has been way, way more damaging than previous ones. We haven't even really been getting difficult runes, it's just like, the fact that there's been poison available in every single room really sucks. Fully loaded is legendary, but also not any good. It's like our cast just does so little damage relative to the rest of our stuff. It's fine, it's not terrible, but we definitely take Hunter Dash. Okay, I need food badly. Zagreus is hurt. Am I trying to save up for that hammer? Probably? Maybe. I guess let's go this way and spend our other yarn. Okay, little guys, stop swatting. No more little guys. Ugh, Jesus. I could really use a well. Alright, there we go. Could really, really, really use a well. This room also does not have a well in it. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, that didn't really speed things up any. With this little health, we have to be so careful, because I really, really, really don't want to lose a life right before, like, getting to the end of this thing. Damn it. Just trying really hard not to stay on the same side of him for very long. Okay, Jesus, 4 health. Unfortunately, we now know that this one's not the end, because there's no like final boss style room in the correct branch. So there's no chance that we're going into Zeus with all these lives. Oh, you're kidding me. These things are just too damn long. It feels bad in part because this area is so random. Like, sometimes you can get through this in 2 branches, and the branches are 3 rooms long each, and none of the rooms are hard. But other times you get armored satyrs in literally every room, and it's very easy to take a huge amount of damage on this particular run. That's a bad dash. That's a bad direction in which to dash, is the thing. Okay, Jesus Christ. I will say that I feel a little bit more justified in my fear of the poison after the amount of poison damage we took from the satyr in the first end of branch room when Zagreus just would not drink from the thing.
Your father Hades and my father Zeus have not communicated in some time, and Zeus refuses to explain. Something transpired between the two of them. Perhaps you know better than I.
13% flat damage reduction feels like a winner.
I think this power.
So we actually have to do all 5 branches here? Is that right? No, there's one more. Okay, so we've only done 3 so far. We're at 394. I mean, the money branch would definitely give us the hammer, but is the hammer what I want? It might be the case that there aren't any more relevant spear boons or spear buffs. It might be the case that the Poseidon buff plus the Aphrodite buff is a better way to go. And if that's the case, then we should buy the Poseidon thing now, right? I think that's what I'm going to do.
Thank you, mate.
Sunken Treasure just gives me health right now. This does nothing, and that Boiling Point's interesting. Because our call is really good, I'm wondering if we just take the Sunken Treasure. It's going to make it easier to buy other stuff. Mostly what we're doing here is taking health. It's a lot of gold for health, and I would not have chosen to exchange 250 gold for Sunken Treasure, but I don't know, what was I hoping for, though? Mostly I just don't want to die again. I'm going to take Boiling Point. It's probably the better option. Like, the right play here is take Boiling Point and then just play better, so that you don't die again. Alright, well, hopefully he's the only person in this room. I feel like we've seen more actual satyrs on this run than we have on, like, the last 2 or 3 runs combined, though. And I don't like it. Okay. Let's make sure we stay away from the poison vents. I have learned my lesson about the poison vents, so we stay away from them for a nice long time after the room clears. Okay. I do wish that the poison would just, like, immediately disappear as soon as the room was empty. Yeah, it's supposed to be my safe time. My time when I don't have to be terrified. Trying really hard to make sure he doesn't get to spit it all here. Ooh. I do feel like it's really arbitrary which paths get marked with the skull and which ones don't. Maybe the developers just have a very different idea of which rooms are hard than I do.
Boons for coin.
Yeah, we're definitely not doing any purges. Do you see that the flat 13% damage reduction boon only purges for 70?
Snake stones.
Trying to get him to redirect his stab a little bit so that I can be hitting the pillar at the same time, but he really doesn't want to do it. That guy might be in the path of that trap now. Nope. Almost. Alright, what sort of heinous thing is going to spawn here in a second? Is it 10 armored satyrs? Just armored snake stones, which are annoying for sure, but not as annoying.
Poisoned.
Ah, poisoned. I ran into it, it was just there. Drink the thing. Why would I do that? Why would I do the thing that I've just done?
Olympus.
Yeah, I just lost a life. That's incredibly frustrating. Okay, well, hopefully this room is over at least, but that probably, like, that's a pretty big difference there, going into Zeus with 2 death denied instead of 1. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be so confident. Maybe we're not even going to have the 1. Drink. Yeah, if I had realized that the room wasn't over, I probably would not have spent my charges. How could the room still... How could there be more room, right? After all that. Alright, let's just try to get rid of this. Because I can deal with the snake stone pretty easily if I can just get rid of the satyr. And I can deal with the satyr pretty easily if I can just get rid of his armor. Are you kidding me? I am nowhere near that... Man, the area that vent poisons in is so much larger than the art for the poison gas. Okay, well, we're completely fucked. There's no way in hell that we're beating Zeus now. This has been, by a large margin, the hardest Styx that we've ever done.
Right there. Going back.
Oof. Okay, so much of the run comes down to whether or not the game wants to let you get through Styx, it feels like.
What's new, Charon?
Would I rather have the double pomegranate? Probably not, right? Like, there's no telling what it'll affect, and... Is there a chance we could get both? I don't know, maybe. I think I'm gonna take the Aphrodite buff.
At first I didn't know how to get through to that odd riverboatman in Charon. Turns out he lusts for coin, and now I understand him well.
Hard to say why, though. After you take damage nearby foes, and inflict weak, like, that's a... All of those rewards are terrible. Hopefully this one will at least keep me from getting murdered during this, while going down this path. Oh, hey, what do you know?
Okay.
And we can't even stay on him because there's a poison vent in the middle of the room. I'm gonna fight him from all the way over here, because I bet the poison vent would poison us from where we were standing before. Jesus, this has been just an absolute nightmare. Well, at least we know there won't be a big, difficult closing chamber at the end of this one. There's very little reason for us to go over there, which unfortunately leads to a very boring fighting style. There we go. Now that they're not armored, they're a little bit more under control. Yeah, like the difference between a run where you get the Satyr Sack at the end of like the second branch, which I think is what happened the first time we came to Styx, and where you get it at the end of the 5th branch is so large. You have so much more opportunity to take damage. Probably you could just get good enough at this to reliably not take damage in any branch of Styx. But we are not there. Alright, so 206 health. I mean, we're going to be back at full health to fight Hades, basically, because there's a fountain at the end of the final path. But full health with a single life is basically dead. 5% extra damage reduction is a lot more compelling if you have more health to use it on.
Thank you for your support.
Well, we almost made it to the double pomegranate.
Gigantic Cerberus accepts the prince's foul offering.
I can go.
The sack contains vermin. Yeah, we're definitely not even going to make it to the end of the first phase here. I'm just not good enough at the fight yet.
Nice night, no?
I must admit to something, boy. Achilles taught you reasonably well. I expected that if anyone could train you into martial competence, it would be him.
Though you didn't expect that one day I would end up using everything I learned from him against you.
I anticipate more than you know. But Achilles merely practiced against mortals. Now you practice against me.
It takes, even with the, I will say this would be very close to impossible. Alright, man, how much ammo do you have? Alright, well, we're just gonna stand over here for a little while. Without the faster spin, there's no way you could do this, because it all, even with the fast spin, it takes long enough that it feels like a real problem. We definitely, I think on this one, I'm not even playing well. It's frustrating. I was going to say we probably want to be saving up for Greater Call rather than using our call in small bits and pieces. But I seriously failed to kill that thing? Man. It treats his ranged attack so much like our ranged attack, with like even down to him having boiling blood, that I assumed he had limited ammunition. But then he fired 5 of them at us at the same time, so now I'm thinking that there's definitely no ammunition, it's just like, they just rely on the probability of his attack decisions to make it seem like it's limited, and we just saw a weird sequence there. Alright, got rid of the caster at least. Not gonna greater call till Zeus is back out. Or Zeus, Hades rather.
Predictable the war god would be here.
This does seem like his kind of scene, right? Yeah, I did it again. I dashed a little bit. That time it wasn't even like panic, it was just impatience. I was like, okay, this is enough time, right? I've been charging for long enough. I think it is a really frustratingly slow charge. Yep. Once again. Hate you so much, Chariot. Please just die. That was weird. Have we seen him do that before, where he just throws the ammo in the complete wrong direction, just to guarantee that it will stick? All right. I wonder if he actually, like, if he's supposed to be throwing in the wrong direction, or if I'm just, like, screwing up his targeting by standing too close to him. Well, it looks like we actually will make it out of the first phase. I feel okay about that. It's frustrating to get as far as we did with the build that feels like it's as good as killing as this one does, and then have things break down completely during Styx, which isn't even supposed to be the hard part of this. I was really hoping for a crit there. Okay. We're going to get to start off phase 2 with a greater call.
It is time that we began in earnest.
Probably what I'll do is hold on to the greater call until he does that urns in the floor thing. Yeah, right there. And we'll just ignore this mechanic entirely. Burn these down real fast. Right on top of them. Okay. There we go. That was not the way you're supposed to do that. Alright, I'm just gonna be like way over here. I got tricked there by the that first explosion was, I guess, the first ammo. So it was the explosion from the first ammo that I thought was the blast from Hades actually launching the attack.
I'd like to think I learned something back there.
Because the blast from Hades launching the attack actually reaches all the way to the edge of the arena, no matter where he does it. So I dashed in when I didn't have to, and that's a really frustrating way to die. Especially, it's weird that like he fired those two shots at the same time, right? But they did not explode at the same time, which is strange. Maybe they don't always have a set fuse.
Would you look at that, Hypnos? Care to repeat to me the unsolicited advice you just now offered, now that Zagreus is here?
Oh, well, it is my custom to give pointers to our visitors who come in voluntarily, because I do pick up a lot of bits and pieces talking here to everyone about, dying.
Zagreus. He told me that I ought to evade more of your attacks next time. So you just watch your back out there, because I know your secrets thanks to Hypnos here.
Hypnos, what the hell? That will actually work. Don't tell her that.
Great.
What are you thinking, man? Whose side are you on?
The sealed weapons by your chambers. Your father won't observe their absence, I don't think. They remind him of a time he stood together with his brothers and sisters. He wants nothing more to do with any of that. I think it's fitting you've inherited their power.
A power that once sealed away the Titans. Maybe it's a power that can break me out of here. Thank you for helping me, Achilles.
I just wanted to apologize because I think maybe I didn't act very appropriately last time you spoke to me. But I just really, really like this job, and I promise I will always do my very best, so I just hope I'll have another chance.
I can see what she's saying. This beats the hell out of flying around Asphodel shooting rocks at people.
Deucer, please, there's no need to apologize. You've been doing a wonderful job, really.
What? You really mean it, Prince? Thank you. Thanks so much.
Okay, well, I don't know that there's going to be a lot else for us to do here. I guess let's go check the,
Emptier than usual around here.
Oh,
hello.
Hey.
Sorry things have not been going quite so nicely for you, Zagreus. But if you've come to ask me for a song, why, I'm afraid I must stand firm about my answer.
Orpheus, you're back. I guess you've heard the latest with me then. But I'm alright, just might be gone a while, sorting some things out. So take care and don't worry, mate. Father can't make you sing if you don't want to.
Huh. Well, welcome home. Here, have this.
Hey, mate, here. I got this for my favorite court musician.
Oh my, but you can't simply be this kind to me without retaliation on my part, my friend. And so, in turn, I have a gift for you.
You're too kind, mate.
Distant memory that somehow he has placed into a jar.
Prices are a little steep there, I must say.
10,000. 10,000 gemstones. How would you play the game that much?
Question, but do you know what the fates may have in store for me? They are your daughters, right?
The three fates are my daughters, yes, my child. However, I am no more privy to their workings than the naive mortals living up above. Not even the Olympians can know the weavings of the fates.
Also, I wasn't really thinking about it during the run, but I'm actually like extremely bummed out about having gotten 2 diamonds and 1 purple key.
Anything good?
Yes, I will absolutely do this, and actually also this. Because we have a bunch of aspects left that are 2 purple keys to unlock, and diamonds, as far as I can tell, are useless. Alright, well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm real frustrated with the ending to that. It's largely just like me doing a bad job. Yeah, that's a real huge bummer. Alright, here's what's gonna happen. Tomorrow, we're gonna be using the bow, because that's the last weapon that we have bounties on, or bounties for on Wood Heat. What is the bow aspect that we didn't use yet? Special automatically seeks the foe struck by your last attack. Honestly, I'm not really that interested in that. We'll probably just do the Hera aspect again, because I think the Hera aspect's really cool. 2 keys to drop the drop time by 2 seconds, I think is maybe not worth doing. I mean, it's relevant against bosses, I guess. But most of the time when we put a casted up shot into somebody, especially if we hit the power shot timing, it's just going to flatten them immediately, right? Yeah, I don't know. So we'll do the bow, but like I said, I'm gonna pick a different heat generation thing, because we actually have enough darkness now that we could run a level of faded authority, and we can get some really good stuff going here. So that's gonna be it for us for today. Hold on, sorry, actually, before I do that, we probably ought to go check out the new keepsake, huh? Let me un-overlay here. What's that new keepsake do?
Got something new to try.
Deal plus 10% damage to distant foes. Actually, kind of an interesting combination with the weapon we intend to use, although there's basically no chance that we don't take the coin purse first, given that, first of all, it's very good to take first, and secondly, we're going to level it up. Alright, with that, we are definitely done for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm frustrated, and I'm sorry if you are frustrated too. It's just 2 really promising runs in a row that I basically just, like, donkeyed our way out of. It feels bad. Alright, come back next time, tomorrow. The bow is going to carry us to a victory. I desperately need the morale boost. And we'll see you then.